What's up, guys? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Today, we're going to be talking about, last week we started doing this like a little mini series, didn't we? About exercises, because you guys said that that's what you wanted to know. You wanted to know about different exercises. So we were like, hey, if that's what they want to know, then that's what we'll do it on. So as you pop in here, drop in hashtag I'm here with your name while I take my vitamins. Just one.
Just one. So as we normally say, chuck your name in and put your name straight after the message. Hashtag I'm here, or even hashtag replay if you are watching it on the replay. Just because as we're watching this with our streaming, we cannot see people's names. We just see Facebook user.
Hey, Holly. Gina's here. Leandra, Sam, and Teresa. The committed people. The committed crew. Rosalind.
The committed committee.
Committee. Soph K. And Anna James. Anna James? We were talking about Anna James earlier, weren't we? Saying that we missed her.
Maybe she got lost in the canyon.
Yeah. So, guys, today we're going to be talking, or last week we spoke about going on the pull. Last week we spoke about going on the pull exercises. Hey, Vicky. And today we're going to be talking about push exercises, what muscles they work, typical ones that you should definitely 1,000,000% have in your program, as well as a couple of variations and things that you can chuck and add in as well. Hey, Adele. How's it going, guys? Happy Wednesday. So Wednesday is a short live, isn't it? Because we jump into our client group then. So all of our clients, we got the Zoom in 25 minutes. Don't forget. And we're going to go through some MyFitnessPals and give them some tips and
Food
tricks.
diaries.
Food diary audits on Wednesday. Hey, Lorna. Oh, guys, it's nice of you to join us. It's a little active group tonight.
No one's got a life on a Wednesday.
No one's got a life on a Wednesday. It's always on a Friday, isn't it, guys? Which is why, don't forget, we're not here Friday for the next couple of weeks. Not because we've got life. We've got more work to do. We're setting up something exciting in the background. So we are spending the time doing that, basically, aren't we?
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. And that's just it. I'm going to go on tangent here. Like when you've got goals, you've obviously got your normal life, and then you have to change things around if you want to achieve something. So if you're like, I haven't got time to do meal prep, make time or find the time. Like stop scrolling through Facebook. Like right now, guys, you're watching this. You don't need to see us talking. You could just like put it on the side and be like writing out your meal prep or like cutting up your carrots or wherever. So, multitask if you can. If you're walking on the treadmill, a lot of you guys like to listen to us on your walks. We figured out dog walks, treadmill walks, wherever it's going to be. Hey, Susan. Susan, don't forget, we've got the Zoom in 20-ish, 25 minutes to jump across into the private group. This is Coaching Facebook group. And we'll put the link in there. Hey, Jenna. Wow, guys. I'm really thrilled with the amount of people that have turned up today and are partaking and getting involved. Rosie. Oh, my God, look. Our clients are showing up for themselves. Fuck yeah. I'm proud of you guys. And you guys that are not clients, I'm also proud of you for showing up for yourselves as well. There we go. Anyway, last week we did pull. Today we are doing push exercises. So there are like two main kind of ones, do you think? And then a couple of like accessories.
Yeah, I think like we said, we wanted to keep this as simple as possible. So I say 2 to 3 like main primary movers for push exercises without trying to like breaking it down and make this boring as. We want to give you the need to know knowledge. You just need to know the basic. What am I pushing? What am I working? And then that's it.
Yeah. And a lot of you guys say my upper body is really weak. Put a number 1 in the comments if you think your upper body is weak compared to your lower body. 1. Hey, Hannah. Welcome. I'm going to have a little sip of my tea. Again, I'm still on the caffeinated until we return back home and I could buy some decaf. All righty. Okay. And who out of you guys put a number 2 if you want toned arms? If you want toned arms, put number 2.
FaZe just wants any excuse for her to go.
I'm not going to do it just because you said that now.
But you want it, don't you?
No.
You do.
No.
You do.
Too late now.
You want to do it?
No.
Show me your guns.
I'm fine. There you go. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, defo, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, holy grail. 2, 2. I want toned everything. Same. Show us your arms, Faye. No, Rosie, can't.
Show us your arms, Faye.
No, I can't now because
Go
Cap.
on.
No, it's too late. You've upset me now.
Go on, I want to see your guns, isn't it?
No, you can go fuck yourself now. Okay, so guys, when it comes to your arms, a lot of people think, actually, I want to know, this is going to be a very audience participation heavy live. What exercise / muscle group do you think you need to work on to tone your arms? No.
There's a word, but I'm not going to say it. Carry on.
Yeah, what exercise or muscle group or muscle do you think that you need to build? Biceps, triceps, someone has no idea. Shoulders, question mark.
Glutes.
Bicep curls, tricep kickbacks, triceps and back. All right, okay. Triceps. All righty, so guys, there are 2 most important of them, but the first one that we're going to talk about, which I've just decided we're going to talk about, is your shoulders, okay? Because what happens is, let me just get my arms out. Because what happens is, obviously you've got all of your arm here, right? This section here, which takes up like a lot of your arm, doesn't it? Like, let's be honest, is a shoulder. Okay, so even though you're like, oh, it's my arms, it's your shoulder. So people want arms like, what's her name? Michelle Obama. Her shoulders are like, that's right. What are you going to that for?
I've never seen Michelle Obama's arms or shoulders.
Knees and toes. So shoulders are like the primary one. And when we are working with women, typically shoulders we want to build because it makes your arms look toned. It also builds you out so your waist looks smaller as well. Okay, so you guys might be like, I don't want to build my shoulders out, but like I build my shoulders out, okay, and it makes your waist look smaller because I do not have a small waist. I've got a stumpy waist, haven't I, Cam? He said yes the other day, so he's not living that down. I was like, I'm stumpy, and he's like, yeah, I like you stumpy. So he's not living this down now. My ego is hurt. My self-confidence is
doesn't
wrecked.
Believe me when I say you've got a wonderful body, but as soon as I say you're stumpy, she's like, oh, I believe you now.
Ron and Stumpy. That's what we're calling ourselves now. This is Ron and I'm Stumpy. Anyway, back to it. So if we can build out our shoulders and back, which we spoke about last week, that's going to make your waist look smaller. And then build out your glutes. So you've got this lovely hourglass figure that everybody wants, okay? So best push exercises. And what kind of push is it? You know, last week we spoke about horizontal and vertical pulls, didn't we?
Yeah, so it's pretty much the same again, a horizontal and a vertical push. So we might as well start with a vertical push. So that's going upward because it's just about the muscle group Faye was just on about. So your shoulders. So like seated dumbbell shoulder press.
My favorite.
Like machine shoulder press. And my favorite, Smith machine seated shoulder press. So they're like the most common and basic ones you're going to see, or a barbell strict press.
Yeah, I think a standing press is the most obvious one that people see, but they're heavy. If you go to get a barbell starts at about 15 kilograms typically. It's quite heavy when you're just starting. So dumbbells are going to be easiest. And for me, I like to get my clients to do a Z press first, which is when you sit on the floor and push with the dumbbells, because it starts to work your core as well. When you stand up, you can do like some thrusting, and then that pushes the weight up with momentum, which then you're not really using your shoulder for, and then you're not going to grow it. You're just like, throwing yourself up, essentially, throwing the weights up. So we don't want that. So yeah, shoulder press is your vertical press, and there's tons of different varieties of them. And I actually did a reel talking about how to build up the strength there. If if you can't get to like a 6 kilo, or sometimes they go like 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. If you're stuck on like 5, you can't quite get 7.5. I did a reel on what you can do to kind of overcome that. I put up yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's on my page. It's on my wall.
It's on my page. It's on my feed. Okay, next. What's the next push?
So the other one is obviously the horizontal one. So you've got vertical going up. We've got horizontal basically going out and away. Google all these images of Michelle later. Same, you have to send them. I've never seen her. So horizontal, that's mainly going to see a lot of like chest. And I think like Faye said, the primary muscles of pushing for females, you're going to get a much bigger bang for your buck working shoulders and like the higher pecs or your higher chest, because obviously the mid chest is where your breasticles are placed. So you're not going to get the best the best out of chest exercises compared to men.
It was so nice to see you uncomfortable saying that.
So we're going to do that, but horizontal is chest, bench press, chest press machine. Mm-hmm. So anything going out away from the body, push-ups, is a horizontal push.
Yeah.
Same as horizontal pull. You're pulling into your chest, horizontal push.
Pushing away.
And
I think push exercises are like the least frequent that we do. Like you pull a door, all right, you can push a door, but like you'll pick up things. That's like a pull, isn't it? Because you're like lifting it up. If you're picking something up off the floor, like you're bending over and picking up like a bent over row. I just made a reel about this. Go over to my profile, please like it, please comment. I love you. But we hardly ever push things, do we? Push door, and that's
push like heavy things.
Yeah. So like, unless you're on a flight and you're like putting your suitcase in the overhead locker.
Yeah, you literally do 1 rep for about a 6-hour flight because then you're pulling it to come down.
Yeah. Girls, we don't want to have to ask a guy, can you help me please put this up? We don't be like, fucking get out of the way, I can do this myself. So we need to be pushing, okay? So yeah, the chest press, or if you play netball, then you do chest press quite a lot as well. That kind of thing, isn't it? Yeah. So how can you get a breast lift? Your breasticles that are stuck onto your chesticle.
Speak to your local doctor.
No, like what exercise is going to help pick them up?
Anything with an incline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so an incline bench press. So an incline bench press is when you're not laying down, but you're not sat upright either. It's like kind of in between. So that's going to start to work the muscles in your chest, which will, as they get stronger, they start to lift your boobs up, essentially. So there's a quick fun fact. If you're stuck on a flat bench and you're stuck and you can't go up, swap it out for an incline and you will see, because the incline is harder as well, because when you're flat, when you're laying flat, it's chest. When you're sitting upright, it's shoulders, and shoulders are small compared to the chest. So if you're stuck on chest and you can't go up, then, if you can't go up in weight, then slightly incline it, and now you're using shoulders as well, but it is going to be more difficult. So if you can get really strong at the incline, you're going to get stronger at flat.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Can cancel my flight to Turkey then? No, Rosie, don't do that. Silly. Just invite us. We'll help. We'll help her at... I thought she meant like... I thought she meant to put the...
Yeah, we'll come help with your bags.
Yeah.
Buy me a seat.
Yeah, that's fine. We can help you put your bags in the overhead locker. Don't panic. Okay, so now this is what happens, guys, when you did nothing and doing a shit ton of cardio. This is what happens. Your brain, it just gets fried, essentially. So what other exercises can you do for a pull?
Push.
See what I mean?
So the third muscle group, so the two major ones are shoulder and chest, which is the vertical and horizontal. And then the third one is never generally the primary muscle, but it will pop up it will be used to a degree in all of them, which is your triceps. So like we said, pulling was like your back, but then pulling can also be your bicep. So the one on, do you want to show us, Faye?
No, you
Come
show.
on,
No,
show
it's
me.
too late now.
It's the top one.
Bicep.
Show me then. So this, come on. Top one is a bicep, and the bottom one is the tricep, and that will be used in a lot of your pushing exercises, especially bench press. And even when you're pushing up here, it's not like 100% shoulders, because you anytime your elbow is like extending, then obviously the triceps are getting used in that area, so you're using them to a certain degree, and they'll come under like a push day. But there's lots of different ways you can work your triceps. And I'd say about building your guns, like the mistake men make is they work on their biceps more than their triceps, but your triceps make up like 60 to 70% of your arm. So you're working like 40% and then just sort of neglecting 60-70% of your arm. So work on triceps first as your primary, biceps second, and your arms will become better and more toned.
Shoulders first, then triceps, then biceps.
And chest if you're Rosie. Incline.
But yeah, triceps are one of the other food groups. What am I talking about? My brain today, guys. I'm hungry. I started talking about food. Just eating. Triceps are one of the muscle groups we don't always add into programs, but they are always used, aren't they?
Yeah, you can still build up a lot of like direct volume. So you could have one direct tricep exercise within your week, but then if you still got 1 to 2 push days, your triceps are still getting worked and it's still enough.
And I think you also use them even with pulls. Like if you're doing like a lat pull down, sometimes it, the actual pulling down. Yeah. Deadlifts, any kind of grip basically as well, isn't it? That's gonna work it as well. What are your favorite tricep exercises? Give me 3.
So I always used to do the common tricep push down with a bar and pull down with a rope, but I'd say over the years in the last year I've been working more on my arms because I've always neglected them. So I like cable pull aparts or cable pull aparts that way. I've started doing a new one where I do it this way, and there's just different planes to work it in. But there's a lot of tricep exercises you can do.
You also like a Smith machine, a close grip Smith machine.
Oh yeah, there's a thing called like a JM press, and you use a Smith machine and you literally come down to your throat and then you push it back up, and it's a way to like heavily overload your triceps because pulling cables is you can only ever go so heavy, but you'll always be able to push quite a lot of weight. And basically whatever muscle group you train, you do want to be able to train it in a heavy rep range of like, you could say 6 to 10, because a lot of people just do arms. They only just do, so like arms, shoulders, and even abs, they just do like 15, 20, 30, 100 if you do an abs. But every muscle is exactly the same in a sense. It will grow quickest when you are progressively overloading it and to build it. So I think a good thing I was saying to someone else is like, if you're doing 10 reps, 5 of those reps probably don't do anything. Like if every time you did a rep, like every time we did a kettle, we lifted up a kettle, every rep we did, not every rep is challenging you. So maybe the last 3 to 4 are building up the bank of challenging reps that are actually going to make you grow. So if you're the person that's always doing 15, 20s, 100 reps, you've got to get all the way up to like 90. And then maybe it's those last that are actually going to be challenging your muscle. So you might as well stick to lower reps.
Yeah.
That's like a way to say it.
Yeah. I like a cable kickback, but I don't like the way that it makes you look.
Can you show us? Go on, show us.
Well, just get up and...
Yeah, go on,
because you like this. And that looks dodgy, doesn't it? There you go, look, there's a little tricep coming in there. There we go. But that's it. You know, you're sitting there like this. Don't like it. But yeah, any kind of incline press or bench press, actually, if your hands are closer than shoulder width apart, that's going to be triceps. It doesn't have to be narrow grip like this. It's just closer than shoulder width. Is it better to go up in weights or more effective to slow down the exercise when you're trying to grow muscle? I've done a reel on this. So the answer is always, always, always 1,000,000%. It depends. Is it better to go up in weights or more effective? So the science or the history has said it's slowing it down, but now more recent studies are saying there is both. So the best thing to do is, in my opinion, hi Joyce. The best thing to do, in my opinion, is the first few exercises that you do, if they are compound exercises, these are like your really hard ones. Personally, I would push those towards failure, and then push them heavy and slow them down. But then the later ones, I would push as in like to failure. So it depends. You need to push hard on all of them, basically. Just push hard. If you're doing like shit reps like this, trying to do an overhead press, you're not doing anything. So slow it down in that case. But generally, you want to be able to make sure you're using the right muscles. You want to be able to have that mind to muscle connection, but also sometimes it's okay to use some momentum, isn't it? Sometimes. I think to start, slowing it down is going to be easiest. And also, if you haven't got the confidence to go up in weight, or if you just can't physically push the higher one, then slowing it down is going to make it more challenging, right?
That's it.
There we go. Hi, first live, Nicole. Hey, Nicole. Welcome. So they're the main push exercises: shoulders, chest, and triceps. They're going to make your arms look toned and give you a bit of a boob lift. So there we go. Breasticle lift. Does anyone have any questions based on everything we have said so far? We've got about 3 minutes before we head off. And don't forget, there's no live on Friday. Just to remind you one more time, just in case. Because we will have people going, what's the live on tonight? We'll be like, fucking nothing. So what are you going to add in, guys? Like, all of our clients have push exercises, don't they? Yeah. Maybe it's a push-up. If you haven't got equipment, push-up's fine. Bench press, dumbbell floor press, Z press, shoulder press, cable, pressing. I've got so much to learn. Who's that? Who said that? I've been trying to do push-ups for a year and I still have to do them on my knees. So to progress a push-up, you can obviously start with a wall, so you stand in. Then you go to an incline, so like onto like a sofa or a chair or a table. The higher up it is, the easier it's going to be. The lower down it is, the more difficult it's going to be. So if you can do a push-up off a sofa, for example, you could do that on your toes, on your feet. And then the lower it goes down, then you can go onto your knees. But there's that in between. So you can do the incline on your toes and that will help you progress it, right? And then, of course, the best thing to do if you're at a gym or have got weights is to do like chest presses, to do push-ups. Think about squeezing the biceps together. I don't know why I'm doing this. Squeeze the biceps together when you're doing those exercises. And think about pushing the floor away from you instead of getting up off the floor. I think that's a really good tip as well.
And look up negative push-ups. Start with negative push-ups on your knees. Make sure you've got good technique and you don't look like a T. Make sure you look like a Christmas tree or an arrowhead. So if your head's here and your elbows should go diagonally down, you shouldn't be out like this. You shouldn't be really far forward. Like, technique is obviously the first one. Make sure you're using the biggest muscle groups to push. So your triceps and your chest, and then it's probably your shoulders will come into it a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like negative push-ups are a really good one.
Yeah, and also make sure that your hands are below your shoulders, not like really far ahead or really far below, and not too close, because the closer it is, the more triceps. Just like, I was saying about a press. If your hands are close together, it's triceps. Same with a push, same exercise, okay? Just upside down, essentially. So, well, you're in the right place to learn. Don't worry about that. You're in the grand place. I've got the seated shoulder press. I'll just keep working on it till I'm not all wobbly doing it. But it might be a while. That's fine.
Keep pushing.
If you wobbly like instability, a good thing to add in or swap it out for is a bottoms up kettlebell press. So you've got your kettlebell. Normally you hold it like this on the handle. Flip it upside down. It's got to be light, okay? And press like that instead. Because of the instability, it's going to make your shoulder more stable. So when you press it, because it's wobbly like this, but then when it'll translate across then to your shoulder press, it'll be stronger. There we go. There you go, guys. That is it for tonight, because we're jumping on live with our lovely, lovely clients. If you've got any questions, let us know. If you're watching the replay, #replay in the comments so we can say hi. And there's it. See you next
Monday.
See you next Monday. Goodbye.
Bye, Joyce.